We are officially on the countdown to episode 400 of Guided by Faith. I'm your host, Jay Holland. Happy to be with you this week. I can't believe that it's come this quickly. I started Guided by Faith in the fall of 2024, and man, 400 episodes zoomed up really fast. And at this point, Guided by Faith has been listened to, downloaded over 120,000 times. So I want to thank you for being a part of that, and I'm encouraged that you make this a part of your daily walk. Now, to celebrate, I'm going to be giving away one copy each day of the week this week of my new book, Renewed, the 365-Day Christian Gratitude Journal. And here's how you can enter. It's a fairly simple process. I want you to share this episode or one of your favorite episodes of Guided by Faith with a friend. So, you hit the little share button on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or even YouTube. I want you to share it with a friend, then I want you to take a screenshot of that share, and then just send me a quick email of that screenshot. You can do so at jay@cfbcstewart.com. That's jay@cfbcstewart.com. You should find that in the show notes if you need to find it. Hopefully a bunch of trolls don't get my email and spam me to death. Please don't spam me to death. Now, let's talk about something that could change your spiritual life. Our theme this week, as I think about how important Guided by Faith has been in the spiritual walk of many people, our theme this week is going to be how to develop a consistent time with God. Now, if you're a regular listener to this, I'm hoping that this is a part of your consistent time with God. But let's start from scratch. Psalm chapter 1, verses 2 and 3, I love, it says that his delight is in the law of the Lord. And on his law, he meditates day and night. And he would be like a tree planted by streams of water, who brings fruit in its season and its branches do not wither. Why is this? Because somebody delights in the law of the Lord. Basically, they're meditating on God's word. They're spending time with God every day. And that's the real key idea. It's not these spikes of inspiration where I spend time with God for a day or two and then I get distracted and then it's a few weeks. Consistency matters. And why is that? Well, spiritual growth is rarely dramatic. It's normally cumulative. So I have had major points of spiritual growth in my life, but they tend to be around uncontrollable events, like a circumstance that I have no control of will happen that forces me to really put my faith in God, or something just, a camp time, something that you have major events, but most true lasting spiritual growth is going to happen because of the cumulative result of what you repeatedly do. So a quiet time is not about checking the box. It's about becoming rooted. Just like you think about it, you don't grow your body by eating a huge meal every 5 days. You grow your body, you build your bones, you build your muscles, your nerves, all of that stuff by consistently eating just, several times a day. So you've got to think about your time with God just like this. It's not checking things off a box. It's not a chore. It's not a drudgery. It's something that will help transform you a little bit at a time. Now, most people don't lack a desire to do this. I would say most believers are like, yeah, I would like to spend time with God. They lack a system. Good intentions without a real structure generally lead to inconsistency. And one of the major reasons behind that is because willpower, there's two ways you can think about willpower. Willpower is like a bucket and willpower is like a muscle. Okay, so let's talk about willpower as a bucket. All right, you only have so much willpower to get through every day. And so when you have stressful situations, when you got major homework, test, or work, when you got a lot of other things you're concentrating on growing, doing, that all takes willpower. And when your willpower is gone, it's really hard to muster up the want to do good, healthy things. But willpower is also like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The more consistent you are, the stronger it gets. And what we want to do is use the way that God has created your brain to take a little bit of willpower over the next several weeks and then make it to where you don't need willpower anymore because now it's become a habit. And so I have learned a ton, and I've mentioned it on other podcasts, James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. It's an incredible book. And if you're old enough to listen to this podcast, you're probably old enough to read and get a ton of benefit out of Atomic Habits. It's helped me in my walk with God. It's helped me in my physical well-being and health. It's helped me in my eating. It's really helped me in so many areas of life. He talks about habits and how to start any habit, how to stop any habit. We're going to talk about starting a habit this week. A habit sticks when the habit is obvious, when it's easy, when it's attractive, and when it's rewarding. A habit will stick if you make it obvious, easy, attractive, and rewarding. And this week's roadmap, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to make time with God obvious, how we have a cue that just makes it, oh yeah, I want to spend time with God today. We're going to talk about what to do to make it easy to where you're not, trying to jump right into Deuteronomy or something like that, or do a whole Bible read through in 6 months. And you're just going to crush your willpower if you do that. We're going to talk about how to make it attractive. Time with God should be obviously attractive, but we walk by faith, not by sight. So how do I make it attractive? And then how do we make it rewarding? How do we make it rewarding? And I've got a great thing that helped me that I'm going to share with you if you stick through the end of the week. So understand this. Today, I want you to think about how your life might change if you develop a consistent time with God. Maybe you have, and this is going to reinforce it and maybe help you go to the next level. But I want you to imagine, this is episode 400. In less than a year, we're going to be at episode 500. Imagine who you'd be at episode 500 if you start a consistent time with God today. But you don't rise to your spiritual goals. You fall to your spiritual systems. You don't rise to your spiritual goals. You fall to your spiritual systems. So keep coming back each day this week, and I'm going to help you build a spiritual system that will help make it easy for you to spend time with God, because there's nothing more vital for your life than that daily time with God.